Wusstest du, dass Zehntausende deutsche Unternehmen bereits Shopify nutzen? Von innovativen Start-ups bis hin zu Familienunternehmen mit langer Tradition? Die Commerce-Plattform Shopify revolutioniert Millionen von Unternehmen weltweit. Mit Shopify kannst du Produkte über beliebige Kanäle verkaufen. Ob persönliches POS-System oder umfassende E-Commerce-Plattform. Auch Social Media und Marktplätze wie Facebook, Instagram und eBay werden unterstützt. Dank der ständig wachsenden Auswahl innovativer Funktionen und des zuverlässigen technischen Supports ist es ganz einfach, dein Business mit Shopify aufzubauen. Ob Produktpräsentation oder Bestell- und Zahlungsabwicklung. Shopify bietet alles, was du für die Verwaltung deines Business brauchst. So kannst du dich ganz auf dein Business konzentrieren. Shopify kostenlos ausprobieren und dein Business voranbringen. Shopify.de/try besuchen. Also shopify.de/try. Made for Germany. Powered by Shopify.
The paradigm has shifted. The world is accelerating. How does a country like Nigeria withstand tectonic shifts all around it? How does a society thrive with its economy, security, and lifestyle under constant disruption? How rapid do we have to act in a world where information is moving at the speed of light? As Nigeria's foremost economic think tank and policy advocacy organization, we have over the years made it our mandate to understand the complexities and champion the reform of the Nigerian economy. We are the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, and at NESG, all we do is in the national interest.
Welcome to NESG Radio, the advocacy platform from the stables of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. I'm your host, Yinka Inyolako. This month, we'll be exploring the opportunities out there for micro, small, medium enterprises in Nigeria. At the NESG, we're constantly engaging in conversation with key public and private stakeholders on critical issues affecting MSMEs in Nigeria. Here's what Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director, Faith Foundation, has to say on SMEs.
So MSMEs, and they really, for me, are the potential incubators of innovation, economic growth, and employment generation in Nigeria. As at the last MSME survey conducted by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics and the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, we have 41 million micro, small, and medium businesses. Out of that, it's actually 41,543,000. From that 41.5 million, 99% of them are micro enterprises. And the micro enterprise is an enterprise that has a staff count of less than 10 people and is valued at less than 10 million in assets, and the assets have to exclude land and buildings. And what does that tell you? So it tells you that we're a very entrepreneurial environment. A lot of people want to go into entrepreneurship, either because of the environment or even the opportunities that are seen right now. But the first main challenge is that we have a lot of low growth or no growth businesses. And that's 99% of them. Those businesses that are growing businesses that really add the value, the employment, the creation that we want to see are the SMEs, who really are just about 72,000 out of that 41 million. And so the first major challenge is that growth barrier that a lot of MSMEs need to focus on and need to look at. And again, looking at regulatory issues, another main problem is tax. And I know that's one of the things that NESG is working on with NASBA and so many other environments. And then all the other associated things. So if you're in a regulated industry, again, all those regulatory requirements, it's still a constraint for larger businesses, but it's more of a constraint again for smaller businesses who don't have legal counsels in-house or cannot afford to pay for one even when they require it. So the regulatory environment and doing business is often a significant challenge to a lot of entrepreneurs. The third one, which usually is what people will say first, is capital. Where do I get financing to be able to fund this idea or even grow this business? One of the challenges of moving businesses from the micro space to the small and medium enterprise space is access to growth capital. FATE has been around for 21 years, and I can definitely say that in the last 3 years, we've probably seen as much funding programs from government, private sector development programs than we've had in the 18 years initially when we were founded. So there are more funding programs.
Adil Farhat, Managing Director, West Africa for Procter & Gamble, had this to say.
You might not be aware, but Procter & Gamble started as an SME itself back in 1837. So SMEs have always been close to our hearts. P&G partnered with the Bank of Industry and the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment to further our commitment on creating sustainable, valuable and globally competitive small and medium enterprises in Nigeria. The aim of this academy was to train hundreds of local SMEs annually on critical business skills to improve their standards, ensure their business longevity, and facilitate their integration into global value chains. I'm very proud to tell you that during the 2 days academy, we trained over 700 SMEs on procurement, tax compliance, access to regional markets, business ethics, selling skills, brand building, and leadership skills. And also it included a webinar on SME development. The 2021 P&G BOI SME Academy also featured industry leaders who provided valuable insights, including the keynote remarks by the Vice President of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who outlined the efforts of the government to empower growth and recovery will primarily be driven by globally competitive small and medium enterprises.
Yetunde Moito from FCMB is passionate about women entrepreneurs. She has this to say.
With women SMEs, the She Ventures proposition is anchored across 4 pillars. We call them favorably our pillars of She Ventures, which is number 1, access to finance, access to capital.
That's very critical.
Number 2, access to knowledge, equally very critical. Number 3, access to networks for women. And number 4, access to markets. So far, under the access to finance pillar, we have introduced the zero interest loans, which is one of its first in the market. I dare say the only one now from a commercial bank.
That's awesome.
Except there's some information out there that I don't know. And we have reached hundreds of women with these products. We've also partnered with local DFIs to make funding available for women at more affordable rates, which is much lower than what you would typically get in a commercial bank. We've also partnered with some international finance institutions to also deal with the collateral challenges, because we found that even where the pricing is not an issue for some women businesses, they have struggled to come up with the required collateral to access long-term loans for their businesses.
Right.
So with partnerships with some international finance organizations, we've been able to create some innovative ways of dealing with some of these collateral challenges that women in business have. Under access to knowledge, which is the non-financial service that we have created in the last 3 years for women businesses, we do quite a bit of training, structured trainings, webinars on topical issues that are critical to women businesses to help women structure their businesses.
Damilola Rushewe highlights MTN Nigeria's innovative support for entrepreneurs. Listen.
So how do we move and how do we operate? From the marketing point of view, we try to be in tune with the SMEs. We have different focus sessions across Nigeria. All right. And you can't want to support SMEs without getting in there. It's not a from the top type of assessment. You have to understand what their needs are. You have to visit them. You have to, have focus sessions. So we, from the marketing point of view, we try to understand this in detail. We look at the SMEs that are just starting their digital journey. We look at the ones that are quite advanced. We look at the ones that are really even more advanced and are able to use technology deeper. And we position products across each of these segments of the SMEs. We segment appropriately so that each product is able to achieve what is meant to achieve. So once we do that, we're able to take that to market. So customer journey, very key. And we understand that they want to buy it. 3 steps, very easy to use, very easy to navigate the system. So we're conscious of all of that. Then we have the sales team, all right? Very massive distribution channel. Part of it is you need to reach the SMEs. You need to, get to the front. You need to show them how to do it. So there's a bit of consultative selling where you show them how it's done. How do you do this? This is how you go about this. Right, so we have a sales team that is also out there pushing that. Then finally, we have the client services, which provides the right support. So there is nothing of having these fantastic products where you don't have a back end that is ready to support these SMEs, dedicated support. So that is the structure. And, we're, mandated even from the group level to drive this, and we drive that actively. We start from the one-man business.
Oh, great.
I'm just trying to set up. I don't know what tools to use. I don't know how to even start this journey. How do I get my business registered? So we start from there. So we've broken it down into 3 frameworks. There's the Connect My Business. There's the Grow My Business. Then there's the Manage My Business. So Connect My Business is where you're just starting. You probably have 1 or 2 people hired. I think, I need a closed user group. I need to be able to give data to this person. I need to monitor what it does. Then, we have that broken down. So from the one-man business up to businesses that, according to the segmentation, up to 200 people working with them. Yeah, we support you with product, services, and the right kind of.
Finally, from the Nigeria Exchange Group, NGX, Ogechi Oji speaks on X Academy. Please listen.
The S Academy is the knowledge hub of the exchange, and it was established to provide education services to individuals who want to have a better understanding and better knowledge of the various aspects of the capital and the financial market. Not just that, it was also done to help to reduce the number of adult Nigerians who are financially excluded, and so we provide an array of training solutions that would ensure these individuals are abreast with trends in the rapidly evolving financial markets. So we want to educate these people, which consist of individuals, companies, investors, financial and capital market operators, so they're better positioned to make informed financial decisions. One thing we have, apart from educating them on the different products of the exchange, ways on how to lease or how to acquire capital, give them in-depth knowledge, practical knowledge, not just theory, showing them how and holding them. We also educate them on corporate governance, which is one of the most important aspects they should have as an SME. And even at that, we also teach them things on incubation. When you have an idea, how do you go about it? How do you establish it? And if you're already established, how do you scale up, to not just remain the same? So we teach all that and help them to be innovative and going along with the current trends that's happening. We have even gone ahead to establish an ethics and integrity platform that will help them to get them graded, and become viable for investors to see them quickly in a network. So we also involve them into networks.
There you have it. To all entrepreneurs out there, keep innovating and striving to create value for yourself and your community. Utilize these initiatives from the NESG, Fit Foundation, Procter & Gamble, FCMB, NGX Group, and MTN. It's been a fantastic month on NESG Radio. NESG Radio is a traditionally syndicated podcast in the national interest. To listen to all our content, visit www.nesgroup.org/podcast or subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Spotify, Spreaker, Google, and iTunes. Bye for now.
The paradigm has shifted. The world is accelerating. How does a country like Nigeria withstand tectonic shifts all around it? How does a society thrive with its economy, security, and lifestyle under constant disruption? How rapid do we have to act in a world where information is moving at the speed of light? As Nigeria's foremost economic think tank and policy advocacy organization, we have over the years made it our mandate to understand the complexities and champion the reform of the Nigerian economy. We are the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, and at NESG, all we do is in the national interest.